how's it going? Today is day 23 of my 100-day challenge, and I am so excited to be here with you today. So, today I want to talk about the concept that everything in life is neutral. Everything in life is neutral. That is a concept that I heard a couple years ago, and it honestly blew my mind. So I might lose some of you today, but be open-minded and try to absorb and just think about the possibility that maybe this could be true. So, everything in life is neutral. We are the ones that place value. Shakespeare said years ago, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." So, like I said, everything in life has no value. It's not good, nothing is good, nothing is bad. We are the ones that decide that. Sometimes we decide it as individuals, and sometimes we decide it as a society or as groups. The first time that I heard about this was in relation to money. And basically, it was the idea or the belief that money is not real. And I was like, well, that is not true. Money is real. I buy things. I have money in my bank account. But the thing is, like, if you have a check at $5,000, that check is only valued at $5,000 because somebody at some point said that it was worth $5,000. That check is just a piece of paper. It has no value. The money in your bank account, it's not actually there. It's invisible. Hopefully when we go to withdraw it, it'll be there, but there's not actual tangible money. It's just paper that we as society have assigned the value to that money. And with that same idea, money for some people is an amazing thing, whereas for other people, money is a scary thing or a bad thing. So I would encourage you to think about what your relationship is with money, because a lot of times we say that we want money, but we're actually pushing it away. For instance, for me, back in the day, I used to think one of my ideas about money was that you had to work really, really hard to make money. And that was an idea that I learned as a child, and it has kind of stuck with me. And so I would work really, really hard. And I was making money, but I was so exhausted that I wasn't enjoying life and I wasn't enjoying relationships. And relationships are way more important than money could ever be. But I was putting so much emphasis on this idea that I created, because in reality, that is not true. As a matter of fact, I actually shifted my perception and I started telling myself that I could make just as much money without working as hard. And about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, I changed everything. I decided I don't want to work so hard. I don't want to be so exhausted. So I decided to pull back, but I kept that idea, or I kept that new idea that I would still be able to make the same amount of money even if I wasn't working as hard, even if I wasn't working as many hours. And sure enough, I have been. Money has come in different unexpected ways, and also I just value myself more. So I'm not just saying yes to every single thing. I'm being more selective. So some people also, I know people that have had a lot of money. Maybe it's been passed down to them through generations, and they have ideas about money that money is bad because they are undeserving of it. And so whatever your idea is about money, that is what you have decided. Money is not good nor bad. Money can be both of those things. It can be good. It can be an opportunity to learn new things, to have nice things, to give back to people, to create amazing things. But it can also be bad, right? You can be corrupt. You can be greedy. So money is whatever you decide it to be. Money is not just one thing. It is neutral. And I also want to talk about this idea that everything is neutral in relation to fear. So I want you to think about when you are fearful, and not like fearful, like you're afraid for your life, because that's a whole other thing. but fearful like you're about to do something scary and you're questioning if you're good enough or whatever your mind is telling you. For this moment, don't worry about what your mind is telling you. I want you to think about how your body feels when you're in that moment, when you're stepping up right before you do something that is fearful to you. For me, when I'm doing something fearful, I usually have butterflies in my stomach. It's usually churning. Sometimes I'll feel flush, and I'll get kind of, my heart rate will start to speed up. I'll get kind of nervous. And then, of course, there are all of the thoughts of self-doubt, but I don't want to talk about those right now. So those are 3 things that happen to me when I am afraid of something that I'm about to do. And now I want you to think about how your body responds when you are excited to do something. So think about when you are dating someone new and you're excited because you get to see them, and maybe it's been like a week and you've been talking, or maybe it's the first date. Maybe this is the first time that you're going to meet this person and you've talked to them and you really like them. So how does your body respond to that excitement? For me, it shows up as butterflies in my stomach, a racing heartbeat, and feeling a little bit flushed. So to the body, both fear and excitement produce the same things. Both fear and excitement are the same to the body. So what is the difference? The difference is the stories that we tell ourselves, right? When we're doing something fearful, we're coming from a place of doubt. Our mind is telling us that we're not good enough or we're not ready. When we're excited, our mind isn't even working. We're just so connected to our body. We're overjoyed. So I want to read that quote again. Shakespeare said, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." So what if next time you were fearful, you realized it for what it is? You realized that thinking is actually the thing that is getting in your way. It's not the fearful thing. It's the thoughts, the stories that you are telling yourself, because according to your body, which, by the way, your body has so much more information, so much more wisdom and power than your mind ever could. So if you can find a way to connect to your body, then you are going to be in a good place, because coming from your gut is so much more important than coming from your head. That's a whole other talk, but that is very important. So the next time that you are fearful, if you can just shift that perspective and say, I recognize these feelings. I recognize I have my butterflies are in my stomach, and this feels exactly like what it feels like when I'm excited. So how can I step into this thing as I'm excited? How can I step into this thing coming from a place of excitement rather than being fearful of it? How can I jump into it with that same energy and that same mindset that I would jump into a first date? I heard something, and it was Bruce Springsteen said that anytime that he was performing, he always had that fearful energy. He always had, his legs would start to quiver and he would have butterflies churning in your stomach. First off, that is a good thing. If you are feeling those things, that is a great thing. That means that you're excited. That means that you care. But he would say when he felt those feelings, rather than being fearful, he knew that in his body, he was ready to go. So he had decided to tell himself the story that those feelings meant that he was ready to go. Those feelings didn't mean that he wasn't good enough. Those feelings didn't mean that he was afraid. So how can you change the way you think of fear and think of fear as excitement? Think of fear as being ready to go. All you have to do, it is just a simple change in your perception. But fear and excitement, they are the same thing. They are both neutral. It's all about the story that you tell yourself. So how can you show up next time when you feel those feelings full of joy and full of excitement, and tell yourself that you are ready to go, because you are ready to go? All right, I am on one right now. I am maybe excited, maybe fearful. I don't know. They're all the same, but I feel more excited. So that's all I wanted to say. And this can be applied in any aspect in life. Everything in life is neutral. Whether it is a thing that you think brings you anger or sadness or happiness, but if it's something that irritates you, maybe it's not the thing. What if it's actually you that is choosing to be irritated by that thing? That thing has no power over you to make you irritated. You get to decide if you're irritated or not, which means that you can decide another emotion, that you can decide to be happy or to be joyous. So make the decision that is best for you and your life, and show up full of joy, show up full of excitement. Whatever you do, keep showing up for yourself. Thank you for showing up for me today. If you would like to dive deeper, you can head over to my website, showuptogoup.com. I will see you tomorrow.